Am I trying to drive a point home today? I think I am. So, what would happen if you just decided to leave your blinders on all day and just commit to the most simple lifestyle that you could possibly accommodate? What would happen if you just suddenly gave up on your plans and schemes and intricacies and machinations and Machiavellian plans and decided that you were going to be perfectly content with exactly the way that it is? What would happen if Easy Does It really did rule your life and this incessant, ongoing, caterwauling voice inside that said, do more, be more, have more, do more, gotta do more, need to earn my keep? What would happen if that just what would happen if that just went away for a day? It's a good question, isn't it? So today, since we're at the end of the year, I thought we might conduct a science experiment. Um, there are indigenous people on this planet whose lives are, they seem to be much more simple than mine or yours, I would suspect. They might look up into the night sky and see a satellite go by, but to them, it's just a little light moving through the sky. They don't understand that it's packed with telecommunications equipment beaming instantaneously at light speed back to our cell phones and our iPhones, all the trillions of bits of information that you need and I need to make it through our day. And uh, I think this is a great question, isn't it? This easy does it thing. What would happen if one day we just decided that today I really am going to experiment with easy does it and this notion of being content with the content of my life, being content with the content of my life, such as it is, and quit pushing or struggling or straining. And perhaps this is the fine line between what in religious language is called God's will and what's called self-will. It says in the recovery movement that we are self-will run riot, and that we usually don't think so. We usually think that we are highly motivated, we're aligned perfectly, that our motives and intentions, of course, are glorious and wonderful. And if only everybody would do exactly what we wanted, if only we could run the whole show, then everything would come off perfectly. And yet, it seems to lead to, for many humans, a deepening crisis of struggle and effort, and then just trying harder and harder and harder. To what degree have we been toxified or polluted by the Puritan mentality of, if I'm not doing something every single moment all the time, then I'm going to feel sort of an inherent feeling of guilt and shame. Why can't I just put on a grass skirt today and wear a couple of coconuts, depending on my gender, and just cruise around and watch the clouds go by and do what my cat's doing right now? What is up with us humans that we need to run every single moment? Now, am I counseling you to be lazy? Today I'm going to my sister Kate's house and we're gonna hang out with the nieces and nephews. If I don't get up and go out to my car, then I'm not going to get there. I currently do not have robo-taxi. A Tesla will not come pick me up and custom drive me out there. But even that would take effort. So this is a question I'm asking myself this week as I want to put a studio over there and all my ideas that I want to expand on. And then why do I get tense or anxious, or why do I get headaches? To what degree, even after trying to do quote unquote the will of the universe for many years now, why do I still feel self-will run riot? And the way that I feel it as an adrenalized, anxious feeling of being worried about the future instead of just being content with the content of your life. So I'm wondering if just for one day, where have I heard that? Just for one day at a time, today as we move through our paces, we might pause multiple times and say, how hard do I really need to work on this? To what degree could I simply pause and be content with the content of my life. And I promise to practice the same thing. And maybe we can come up with some answers on this. Maybe it's a great question that humanity needs to answer, this hybrid between being sufficiently active, engaged, doing the work that needs to be done, and yet building into it this wonderful and glorious feeling of easy does it, and that I'm being propelled by a power much greater than myself, rather than just having to depend on marshal my own human resources. What do you think? Do this today. We'll talk about it tomorrow. See you guys.